Where are you from?
Are you black?
What are you?
This has been a question in the back of my mind since I began preschool. I get asked this a lot. For one, my parents are dark-skinned and I am light. My mother is Jamaican American and my father is 1/4 British, but neglects to identify himself as such. But why is it important? What does ethnicity mean? How does it shape you? I spoke to a few people who could help me find the answers.
I define my ethnic identity as Asian.
I am Pennsylvania Dutch.
I'm Asian American.
I guess as an American, but I don't know, as a human.
I consider myself primarily Jamaican.
Being light-skinned makes people question my background. Knowing my background, I also question myself. Am I black enough? Am I too black? What does it even mean to be black? People say that race is skin color, but that doesn't apply to me and many others. The real question that should be asked is, what is race?
Race is a tricky idea because it is only based on the place you are and the time you are in. There is no scientific way of identifying a person's race. It is done by social conventions. So whenever there's a social convention, I believe it is wise to ask, why is it a social convention? And not to just accept it as something that is done.
To me, I think ethnicity has to do with your past, where you come from, what you are as an individual, what makes you you. I think ethnicity it should not be what's your skin color. I don't even think ethnicity should even be a factor, but ethnicity, the way that it's on the form, is not the same way that we live life, I don't believe.
In modern society, I think that it is kind of true that people actually put like races and ethnicities in like hierarchies and stuff because a lot of people, they measure a lot of Caucasian people as the top and they measure like the minorities as the bottom.
Ethnicity as a form of identity, race as a form of identity, these forms of people saying who they are and then of government saying who people are have been ways to divide the people up. Usually it's so that they can have different treatment within the society.
People use ethnicity to categorize others. Sometimes these categorizations separate us, and other times they provide us with our individuality. Through my ethnicity, I face challenges such as being associated with negative Black and Jamaican stereotypes, but I also know it's given me unique traits from both cultures, and it provides me with a sense of community. I asked others to explain how their race and ethnicity affects them.
Well, as an Asian American, I think there have been some instances on like public transportation or when I'm walking down a street with like a diverse population, I do have some bad events, like people talk bad about Asian people, especially when I'm right there.
When I grew up in rural Pennsylvania, everyone was white, and everyone sort of looked like me. And I think it absolutely affected the way that I dealt with people, particularly people that I wasn't used to seeing. I always knew that I wanted something different and didn't want to live in such, a culturally monotonous area. So I moved to the city and I never went back.
When I went to school and they did not evaluate me as a full human being and therefore make that institution workable, that was a situation where race was profoundly impacting my life.
A person lets that affect their life, and the key word is lets that affect if they choose to embrace their ethnic identity. I think sometimes it gives me reasons to celebrate because we have our own holidays, activities that make you very happy and make you very appreciative.
I take pride in the fact that my mother is Jamaican and I am able to share this culture with her. I went to my grandma's house in Jamaica, Queens, New York. As well as the neighborhood I live in Philly, this area is diverse and culturally rich. Going to her house brings me to my roots. The house filled with the aroma of fried dumplings, ackee and saltfish, and the sound of dance hall blasting from cars driving by makes me appreciate the differences I have. I let the good things shape me. We all have differences. Ethnicity is a part of all of our identities, and we are shaped by it. Doing this project helped me to see the views of others and question a huge part of all of our lives. These interviews helped to answer my questions about ethnicity. So now I ask, what is ethnicity to you?